basketball on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke, and on the sideline, David Aldridge. And with us tonight, four-time NBA champion Shaquille O'Neal. Doesn't that sound great when you hear that? All the team success you have in addition to the individual.
I love it when you say it. I love it so much that I can impersonate your voice. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Good. Hey, it's great to have you here by my side, Kevin. And a shout-out to our terrific 2K crew.
How'd that sound?
That
You
was
like that?
amazing.
You like that?
How'd you do
That was
that?
impressive.
I don't
How
know.
in the world? He's like,
I don't know.
That is amazing.
I don't know.
Oh, my.
take this
I'm
show on the
stunned.
road.
I'm stunned. Stunned. DA, it's all yours.
Kevin, thanks very much. Nikola Jokic loves to pass. He said an assist makes two people happy instead of just one. So it's as simple as that. And that simplicity and creative joy is part of what makes the big man tick. Jokic said, "It helps me having fun out there. It's a different way to approach the game." And that makes him one of a kind in this league, Kevin.
Sure is. Thanks, DA. So many outstanding players in the league today, perhaps dizzying for the casual fan. Shaq, any up-and-coming players that they should take note of? If fans are asking you, who should I keep my eye on, what would you tell them?
Well, Greg played with his father. I played against him in some tough battles. Well, the older him, because the younger Sabonis was a monster. But Domantas Sabonis, he's a nightly double-double, great skill, strong in equal measure. Don't forget about Pascal Siakam.
Rock'em Siakam.
Rock'em Siakam. And Brandon Ingram. You know, he's really coming on with this fresh new start.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. They've got Junior Paul out there with Gilgeous-Alexander. Then there's Gallinari, and it's Nader in at the 3. And for the Nuggets, the backcourt is Murray and Harris. Millsap and Jokic, the big men. And it's Porter in at the 3 spot.
Using his strength and length to overpower the defense. Love to see that.
Paul for 3, sinks the three-pointer.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Murray finds Jokic. Misses that one. He's 0 for 1 from the floor. And Junior throws it down hard.
Wow. We are going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Greg. That was special. That was really special. Now here is Harris. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. And we see a lot of tough kids on a Michigan State Shaq. Gary Harris comes right to mind.
Yes, you know I'm a detective in real life. You can ask Greg about the time I pulled him over on South Beach. But the statute of limitations is not up on that. So we're not going to talk about that.
It
But
was
this
a
guy,
misdemeanor.
But this guy has a football background. He shrugs off contact, and he plays both ends with a lot of physicality.
He does indeed. Here's Murray after the made shot from Junior. A little over a minute 30 into this first quarter. Count that bucket.
And the confidence from Murray, just so efficient from the interior.
Thunder have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Here's Nader, guarded by Porter from deep. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
Boy, 4 for 4 to get things started. Must have been a good shoot-around this morning.
And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for the Denver Nuggets. 4-point game. Harris against Gilgeous-Alexander. Harris misses.
Well, that's a blown defensive coverage, but it doesn't matter. He cannot answer the bell.
And Shaq, we've talked about free throw shooting. For some guys, it's always going to be an issue. What have the new intentional fouling rules done to make the game better?
I think it cuts down on the endless fouling. I think the new rules also make the game go faster. You know, this game was meant to be entertaining and go fast. You don't want to spend 4 or 5 minutes, which turn into 30 minutes by just fouling the guy who can't shoot free throws. That never happened to me because Shakovic was 97% at the line. So that rule wouldn't work for me anyway.
Well, it does give it a better pace, you're right. That one is off.
Danilo Gallinari may be one of the most underrated players in the NBA. Because of his size, he can score on the interior, post a mismatch. We know he's a tremendous shooter. Love his game.
Good on the second free throw. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Murray, the pass to Millsap. And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Here's Murray. A 17-point game for him in the win against Portland.
And let's not forget about the assist. This guy as a playmaker was a driving force for that offense.
6 to shoot. Harris misses.
Well, this is what you call your big man playing big. Terrific work on the glass.
And the draft and develop method, a staple in Denver. Shaq, do you like how they're doing things?
You know, they've had some savvy picks over the years, and what I really like is they're willing to gamble on talent. You know, it's no accident how they got where they are right now.
And they stay with it and they develop it. It's great.
I mean, think about the potential impact of getting a guy like Michael Porter Jr. late in the first round. And don't forget, Jokic was his second-round pick.
Huh?
Yes. Here's Murray. The Thunder making the shot. Teardrop shot, and he sinks the layup. Murray's got his second basket of the game.
And guys, the hardest shot to block, the floater. And for a guard like Murray, you need that in your arsenal to be successful.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder. And a new group in here for the Thunder. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Pass to Burks. Shaq, when you look back at your career, was there a specific piece of advice you got from another player that really resonated with you?
Michael Jordan told me, before you succeed, you must first learn to fail. Because early on in my career, we were just getting swept. You know, Kevin, you called a lot of the games where it was 4 and out.
What did Jordan tell you that on the floor and the locker room after a game? Like, what was the circumstance?
After they swept us.
After they swept
Game
you.
6.
On the
Game
floor?
4, sorry.
On the floor?
On the floor, yes. He grabbed me on the shoulder and said, before you succeed, you must first learn to fail. And I was like, what does that mean? Until the big Aristotle went home and analyzed it with a magnifying glass. Oh.
That's what that means.
Before you succeedeth, you must first learneth to faileth.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Now, here is Morris. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Barton outside. Wide open look here for Murray. Off target from three-point range.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
And that one's good, Junior.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
And the pass to Plumlee. Barton outside. Pass to Murray. The tray. Again, the miss by Murray. The Thunder leading by 10. Burks in the corner. And the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
The Thunder have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Grant, he's checked in for the Nuggets. And Oklahoma City also making a switch. Nerlens Noel checks in for Junior. Substitution here for Denver. Jokic is checked in. Millsap comes in for Grant. Porter's checked in for Will Barton. And Harris subbed in for Monte Morris. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone.
And Shaq, your kids are getting to the age where they're on everyone's radar as prospects. Talk about the role that you play in that process.
I tell them that I can help them through recruitment so they make informed decisions. But, ultimately the choices are their own. I told them that, yes, I am your father, but when we talk about certain things, I'm not your father, I am your advisor.
And how has it gone so far? Like in the very first parts of you going through this process, how's that gone?
Well, I like to live the deja vu process. The same thing that my father did for me. I do the same thing for my kids. I just tell them, hey, you make the decision, and I'll either tell you it's a good decision, it's a bad decision, but I'll have to ultimately, respect what you say. So I just try to stay out of the way.
It's great honesty. Millsap and Jokic, the big men. The backcourt is Murray and Harris. And it's Porter. And at the 3, the small forward. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Thanks, guys. Junior, in his last outing against the Kings, played superbly. He had 15 points, but it was his season high in rebounds that really stood out. He put up numbers that really jumped out in the box score. A very solid performance. And Kevin will see what he's got in his arsenal tonight.
Thanks for the report, D.A. Greg, phenomenal effort by him in that last game.
He willed the team to victory through his talent and through that competitiveness.
Let's give credit to his teammates for continuing to find this guy. They knew he had the hot hand, and they were willing to ride it all night long.
Mason Plumlee's checked in for Denver. Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Sacramento.
Well, when you're facing a team that's feeding off the crowd's energy, you have to bring your A game, and they didn't do that defensively.
One thing you know, Greg, is you've got to pack your defense in the suitcase if you're going to win on the road, and they simply did not bring it.
And Jokic drops them both.
They've hit every one of their free throws here in the second quarter. Very important when you're trailing.
Paul passes to Nader. Here's Junior. Wow, hammering it in.
It's impressive, the level of domination at both ends, and you're seeing the results.
You know this. It's not easy building a lead on the road, but this team has been lights out throughout the game.
Now here is Harris. Outside Porter. Over Gallinari. The Nuggets with another miss.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area. And a great job from the line this quarter. They've gotten their percentage way up there.
The Thunder have made 6 of their 7 attempts at the line in this one.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
Here's Murray. 8 points for him. Kicks to Harris. Pass to Porter. The 3. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. Porter's got himself on the board with 3 there.
They're having more success from three-point range here in the second after a rough first quarter from deep.
Shaq, thanks for coming by. Entertaining as always. Happy to have you on the program. You have an open share anytime you want to join us.
Anytime, Kevin. My pleasure. Whenever you guys need me, just give me a call. If I'm not doing icy hot Krispy Kreme or the General Insurance, you just give me a call.
Other than that, you'll be free.
Yeah, I'll be free.
That's good to know. You know, Greg, there are good players, and there are great players, and there are superstars. And then there's Shaq.
Yeah, I mean, he once said he'd like to be known as the big Aristotle. Because Aristotle said, excellence is not a singular act, it's a habit. You are what you repeatedly do. Well, Shaq's lived by that on and off the court.
Puts one up from 19. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you think his team would have the lead.
Here's Junior, and Junior throws it down.
Well, the passing ability on display for SGA. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander getting it done.
The Nuggets trail by 21. Pass to Jokic. 19 seconds left to play here in the half. Again, the miss by Murray. Junior with it. He's against Jokic. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. The Thunder have shot the ball well from the free throw line. 8 of 9. Free throw good, Junior. And a new group in here for the Thunder. And he can't hit the second. And here's Barton. Grant gets a wide open look. A three-pointer off the mark. And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder holding a 22-point lead as the quarter wraps up. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Coach Mike Malone. Things got away from you guys in the first half. What happened out there?
Transition baskets, offensive rebounds, two of the areas that we knew coming into this game that we had to control. There's no sense of urgency right now. We're just shooting the ball. We're waiting to get back, and they're getting easy runouts.
A lot to clean up, Coach. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You look at Junior in this game, he's been everywhere.
And you know he's going to put up points every time out, but boy, he made it look so easy in that first half.
Now let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. So for Oklahoma City right now, we've got Gallinari, Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Paul. Then it's Junior, and it's Nader in at the small forward position. Greg, who would you choose as the best defenders of the NBA pick and roll?
Oof. That is a tough one. This will surprise some people. Nikola Jokic is one of the better big men defending the pick and roll, in part because of his instincts. You know, he doesn't impress me in terms of his physical attributes, but his mind, the ability to anticipate, having a sense of how perimeter players play the game. He's a guy that's terrific. I'll give you an oldie but goodie in Andre Iguodala. He's still terrific. And I pick bigger guys because you've got to be able to switch that and guard smaller players. And, you know, at the center and the swing position, those are two guys that still are very reliable.
Back to Murray, fires for 3. That shot off, and it's Oklahoma City the other way. They'll be playing host to Chicago for their next game, and that will be the first game of 5 straight at home. Here's Junior, good for the basket, number 9. He's only missed 2 shots from the floor all night.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
Murray kicks to Jokic. And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
A tremendous Mobile One block that we had to see again. Great send back.
Hey guys, that's about as good a defensive play as you'll see. Instant reaction to get a hand to the shot.
Nerlens Noel checks in for the Thunder. There's the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Jokic with the rebound. And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for the Nuggets. Here's Porter. He kicks to Millsap. Over Noel, and that one's good. Millsap's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
And hey, That's a tough shot, but Millsap is more than capable of sinking contested jumpers.
Here's Nader, guarded by Porter. Nader's shot's good. Nader's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Nuggets.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
And the question they're going to have to answer to me is it a problem with the scheme or is it a problem with matchups?
The Nuggets. And a new group getting ready for Oklahoma City. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Noel. Junior comes in for Muscala. Gallinari, he's checked in for Robertson. And it's Burks in for Gilgeous-Alexander. Morris inside. He's guarded by Schroeder. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's his first trip to the line. And the first one at the line is good. And Morris drops them both.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Oklahoma City leading by 23. Schroeder dishes to Adams. Pass to Burks. A 3-ball. And he's good on the 3-ball. Burks has got 13.
You give Alec Burks a little daylight. This guy is ready to fire.
Martin surveying the floor. Adams against Grant. Kicks it out to Malone. Sinks the triple. 10 points for him.
Well, for a big man, his stroke is just beautiful. And because of the height, it's so hard to challenge.
Here's Schroeder. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Wow, he got whacked on that, which shouldn't be much debate there.
He made the only free throw attempt he had earlier in the game. The first free throw is good. So he gets them both.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
Now here is Harris. Shoots the 3. That one misses. And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder holding a very comfortable 25-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. Their defense has been terrific in this game. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
Tell me what you know about a player. I can't beat anyone. Man, I could've served. Instead, I served the base up. Sun beaming through the trees, driving down the Brea. Tires spinning in the streets, trying to go place up some rain. Beats, I'm a hanging out my jeans, I'm a let them in and play the game. It's a long way up. Trying to get my name up. Never back in players, it's a Rocky East Street. CDRs and big screens. Bright cars and long teams.
Both teams making substitutions here. Plumlee out there with Michael Porter. Then it's Will Barton. Then there's Harris. And it's Jokic in at the center position. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Passes to Robertson. Back to Schroeder. Oklahoma City moving it around. And Robertson has it in the corner. Just 5 to shoot. From deep. Porter pulls it in.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line.
So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.